2 The Redline Productions proudly presents today's 2 The Redline review was made possible in part by
Hey YouTube, well thanks for joining me today. Let's take a look at this well-worn and used 2004 Acura TL. Now, as most of you know, this TL is actually my favorite generation TL. It's actually the vehicle that really put Acura back on the map in terms of sales. This car was actually the best-selling luxury vehicle during its time, of course. This is when Acura was really selling a lot of cars, and the design of this car definitely helped with that. Today, I still think it looks really fresh. Of course, this one you can tell is a used one, but if you find one that's a clean example, especially like an 07, 08, it's a very, very attractive, modern looking car still today. Anyways, this particular one is the typical polished metal color from Acura. It doesn't have navigation, so it doesn't have the tech package, which I'm not sure it was actually called the tech package back in 04, but 04 was the first model year. 07 is when they actually updated the TL with new taillights, new headlights. They've actually switched the fog lights from being in the headlights to the lower bumper. And also they added the Type S model, which the 04 model doesn't have. But back in 04, you could still get this car with a 5-speed automatic like this one, or a 6-speed manual, which I would love to find. You can see also this one's got some different wheels on it. These are the A-spec wheels. It's a genuine Acura wheel. They look good, don't get me wrong, but they look a little off on this car. But the wheels definitely look good on this car. You can see the front end has seen better days, but it's got 100,000 miles on this particular one, and you can get these in the used car market for a steal right now. And you can see just the styling of this car has really aged well. I'm really impressed with how well the styling of this car has gone down, and it's a much better looking car than the current generation TL. Coming inside, you do have your gray interior for this particular one. You can hear that old Honda dinger for this one as well. Coming inside the interior, it's very familiar Honda stuff in here, and you can see here's the old Acura key, which doesn't have the switchblade key. The switchblade key was actually added in 07 when they updated the car. But really attractive looking blue gauges, which were also updated in 07. It's got that really nice sounding Honda starter. It's got the old school Honda starter. Shutting the door, the windows are automatic up down for the driver and the front passenger. Expected, this is an Acura. The rest of the interior as it goes, it's really nice. I want to say it's higher in quality versus the current generation TL, but I actually haven't really sat in a current one in a while. But I mean, the materials in here are all great. It's all soft touch plastic right here. You have this aluminum trim, which is actually real, because if you look at these used ones, a lot of them are often dented and scratched like real aluminum. But the dash, all soft touch. It's even soft touch right here where it looks like this is hard, but it's actually soft touch. You can see without the tech package, it does look very bare, or without nav, just because this screen is just on the Honda side. It just looks really dated. This is probably the most dated part, because if you don't get nav, is that screen. But you do get XM satellite radio. Don't expect to find an auxiliary or USB in here. You can see the old school cassette. You can use that for your iPod if you are looking to play your iPod. The one thing about the TL is it was one of the first cars to come standard with Bluetooth technology. So at least this car had Bluetooth. Just don't expect it to have Bluetooth streaming audio or stuff like that. This is just the most basic of Bluetooth. You do get memory seats, and you get soft touch materials on the door panels. Really nice padded leather right there. It's even soft touch plastic down here. I like how that opens up to give you some storage space. Heated seats are standard, and you get your 5-speed sport shift automatic. No paddles on the wheel though. Nice cup holders right here with a nice sturdy cover, and a sliding adjustable armrest with a power port in there. But like I said, no iPod USB connectivity. The back seat on the TL is one of its strong suits as well. Much more spacious versus the BMW 3 Series or Infiniti G. Shutting the door, you still get the same nice materials from the front, so they've carried over. It's even soft touch down here. Nice adjustable headrest, and the third brake light is up there, typical of luxury cars. A nice armrest right here with cup holders, but no storage, and you do have a pass-through. The seats do not fold down for this particular vehicle. The TL's also got a really nice sized trunk, a very large opening with its gooseneck hinges, which are covered so they don't crush your cargo. You do have a temporary spare tire, typical of every Honda Acura, but just a really nicely finished trunk, and the carpet's also pretty high quality, and they lined the trunk lid as well. And here is your typical Honda Smooth 3.2-liter V6 engine with VTEC. When they redesigned this car, Acura rated it at 270 horsepower. They've actually changed it down to 258 for the 07 model, but the car still moves out really well. Even with 100,000 miles on its boat, the car is still really smooth, and it's very powerful, and it's just a really great proven engine that will last a long time if you take care of it. Alright, so for those of you who are in the market for a really nice pre-owned luxury sedan, I always tell them to take a look at an Acura TL if you're looking for the one that'll give you the least problems. So let's take a look at how this car drives, shall we? Now the one thing is, I know this car is based on the Honda Accord, but Acura really does a really nice job at differentiating this car from its more plebeian Accord counterparts. The way it drives is just much more premium. The interior has a more premium feel. The steering is nice and direct. The car is very sporty to drive, but it gives you a nice balance between ride and handling. And this particular one at 103,000 miles just feels like a tank. I don't hear any rattles through the interior. There's no squeaks. Everything is just tightly put together still. You can see acceleration. This thing is perfect. The 5-speed auto still shifts crisply, a little bit on the jerky side, which is typical when these Honda transmissions get older. But the car has a lot of power, and you can really hear that VTEC crossover at 5,000 RPM. Like, I really miss this engine. It's a really nice engine. And it's amazing because, you know, you test drive older luxury cars like from BMW, Audi, Mercedes, that's this many miles this year, or this old, and it just doesn't drive as nice as this car. It doesn't have that same, you know, tank-like feel. There's always something wrong with the car, like rattles here or check engine light here, but this car's nothing. It's perfect. And it even gives you a little manual mode here, which isn't the best manual mode. It will upshift for you when you are from first to second, but at least it's there. No paddle shifters or whatnot, but I mean, this car is just phenomenal with 100,000 miles on it. If I was looking for a used luxury car, it would be this one. But anyways, guys, I hope you've enjoyed my quick overview of this 2004 Acura TL. If you're in the market for a luxury sedan that's used, definitely check this one out. This and the TSX, one of the best ones on the market, and one of Acura's best sellers for its time. Anyways, I'll catch you guys later. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, here's some legal stuff for you. The views and opinions expressed in the following video may not necessarily reflect those of the title holding automotive dealer or the entity they represent. All videos are filmed with permission by a professional driver on a set course with the collaboration and assistance of local law enforcement authorities. Do not attempt. Logos and brandings of vehicle manufacturers, dealerships, and online social media sites are the sole property of their respective representation used with permission. The Redline logo, soundtrack, and web resources, as well as all other associated media, are copyrighted intellectual property of The Redline LLC. All rights reserved.